Hey guys, welcome to On Track Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021, from the Crooked River and Eastern Railroad. How is everybody tonight? Can you guys hear me okay? Steve Sparky, good evening. You got Heath. How you doing, Heath? Steve Arnold. Split Rock, 323. Good to see you. How are you? What else we got in here already? All right, John, 2618. How you doing? Dragon Lover, 68. How are you? Jerry Satterelli, buddy. How you been? Anybody I missed so far? Steve, 87th, PSAP. Good to see you, buddy. All right, hey, there's Wilmer. There he is. I was playing around with these banners, so I'm able to maybe get that figured out. I don't know. I got John in here, PDR engineer, Art from Scully Kill. Where are you? Nate. Rags Trains, To the Rail Fanner, Lehigh River. All right. This little group so far. Ian, Jerry. Hey, Joe Rader. Change Trains. How are you? And Ferris, New Ferris. How you doing? Okay. Well, I know I say it every month. I'm going to say it again this month. It's been a month. Wow. Time flies. It's ridiculous. It's already the end of June. Just about. Just about. So, if you guys get in here, nothing super crazy tonight. Just go over a few things I've been up to. Get you guys' opinion on how to. I'll get you guys' opinion on. I'll show you, but the bridges, how to do the bridge tracks. How these things are supposed to kind of attach together. So, I think I got it. Walters does not do the best job of directions when it comes to this, but I'll get it figured out. I'll do it when I'm all done with it. So I'll make sure of that. Hope everybody had a good Father's Day. Anybody that was here that it pertains to. I had a good day. Got some good some goodies. I'll show those off, I guess. And yeah. And a gift from one of our friends. One of my friends is actually in the chat tonight. I'm gonna show you what he sent me. So I think I just saw Container Man in here. Container Man. Yeah, Steve. You want an opinion from this group? Don't you mean a bunch of opinions? Yeah, well, Steve, you know, maybe I could take those bunch of opinions and make one good answer out of all those. I don't know, maybe. What's up, Dwight? Curly, or Dwight Curly's in the house. How you doing? Container Man's in South Carolina, it looks like. I felt bad, guys, last week after the show, man. I was trying to do that static grass and everything, and I guess it came out okay. I'm not an expert at it by any means. All of this stuff takes me longer than what I can do it in an hour. Let me just say. I tweak things and play with it and modify it and everything else until I finally get somewhat of a decent look to it. It's not really anything that I can say here. I'm going to do necessarily a how-to video on something, and this is step 1 through 5 or whatever, and that's how you do it. Same thing with weathering and that. I'm not great at it, but I've gotten some decent results. But I can't really teach you my technique in full. I'll show you kind of some of the things I did to get there, but yeah, man, I play with stuff and keep tweaking with it and messing with it. And sometimes I goof it up worse because I keep playing with it. Uh, but anyways, same thing with the static rest last week. And I was getting frustrated with it. And I wasn't watching the chat. And Sparky, I'm sorry, buddy. I know you asked me. Went back and counted probably 6 or 8 times, if I remember right, just about how I make my ground cover. I think I might actually do a video on that. I was going to do that as a live show, but like I just said, I would probably have to take a good week in advance and just kind of make the different stages of it as it's kind of going through the process, because there's no way I would get it really done in an hour without feeling like I'm shortchanging you guys. Or maybe I'll just make a video on how I do it. And again, most of my techniques I get from other modelers, you know, the stuff that I've picked up from watching all you guys on YouTube. But you know, so anyways, assuming the sound is okay. Let's see, maybe that's why Heath does a 3-hour. I did the one time I went live the one day a while back. I was working on a climb back there. A bunch of you guys did jump in. It was like a Tuesday or a Thursday. One of the days I was off, middle of the afternoon, and it ended up being like a 3-hour deal. You guys were definitely able to help me figure out what I was having an issue with, but I don't know how guys do multiple live shows a week or a month. I kind of was thinking about kicking around something, but it would be totally like just impromptu. I don't know if I say impromptu, but really no subject matter. I should say no subject matter. At least it open to too much trouble. But just a chat. You know, just I'm off 2 days a week. I'm always up early in the morning for your early birds. I'm kicking around an idea of maybe, you know, just going on live. One of those mornings while I'm sitting there drinking coffee, just sitting around BSing with you guys drinking coffee. Maybe I'd do it out on my deck if it's a nice morning. Maybe I'll do it down here from the train room. We'll see. Thinking about it. Real fan man, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you had a nice weekend as well. Who else am I missing? If I missed anybody in the chat, I apologize. Good to see you guys all in. I appreciate you stopping in. If you remember to hit the like button, that would be nice, but it's okay. Hit the thumbs down too. I don't care. The bad thing about the thumbs down, I'm getting off track here. Off track and the on track Tuesday. That happens a lot. Is I wish when somebody gave it a thumbs down, they would leave some kind of comment as to why. I get people want to do it anonymously and stuff, fine, whatever, but just because we can't really improve what we do if we don't know what the issue is that somebody gave you a thumbs down for, you know. And I know that that's something that has other guys I think have mentioned in the past too. I get this thing off here. I'm able to find the comment now. What the heck is that? Stand by. There it is. It'll be up there for hours. So hang on. All right. So this guy I'm going to embarrass a little bit. You guys all know Joe Rader of the Black Rock Central, and I happened to see a hopper that he made, and he knows how much I like covered hoppers. So that little rascal made me a covered hopper of his railroad and sent it to me. And I can't tell you how thankful I am and how, like, just wow that I am that he did that. Just humbled. Very nice job on it. And I'm going to be very, very honored and proud to run this on my layout. In fact, I'm going to make sure it makes it on the first round. First run, the real inaugural run, when I actually get the track, at least my main line up and running. I know I kind of had an inaugural run when I had the climb done, but once I really get this thing up and running, I'll make sure that's going to be on that run. So Joe, thanks, and that's just awesome. It's so nice that you did that. Just out of the kindness of his heart. So check out Joe. He's got a great channel there too. He just made a Teespring account too, guys, because I was bugging him about how much I like his logo. I haven't gotten it yet, but I will be getting a coffee mug. It is on order. So as soon as they ship that out, maybe by next time, I'll be drinking some coffee out of Joe Rader's Black Rock Central coffee mug. So go check out that. At least get a mug. I know he's got mugs on there. I don't know if he added anything else yet, but he was able to add a mug. So go get your mug. Hey, no Ellison, how are you? There's a couple other guys I missed too. Manny Fernandez, I think's in here. Hey, Darren, B&H. Hey, Mason. Mason says hi. How you, Mason? Are you out there playing trains with Daddy? I know he said he was going to try to get you out there tonight. So, hopefully you did. Yeah. Darren's, he's out there working slowly but surely, getting his railroad together. Real quick, let's go over some of my Father's Day stuff, just real quick. Something I want to get better at. I'm going to have to really get with between guys like Wilmer. I think he's hit that airbrush a little bit, but I think Jim Tedesco and Flying Crow Robert. I might be picking his brain a lot too, but we've got me into airbrush. Just a master airbrush set. It's got a cool runner, 2 air compressor, and there's 3 brushes in there, and some supplies in that. But like a kit, I don't know if the brushes themselves are like top notch or not. I haven't even had a chance to really open it. But I'm just glad to have a new compressor in that, and yeah, thanks, Jason. Just because. She also picked me up some extra glass bottles for the siphon feed airbrush, and these are paints from Vallejo, just like a starter set of paints. Because basically, I use just acrylics, but I use mostly just like the Walmart, cheap acrylic paints. So we'll see if these things are any better. I know they have all kinds of different weathering type ones and that too, but so we'll give these a try. There's 16 different colors in there. So I'm excited to kind of learn a little more on the airbrush. And then kids got me a gift certificate, Yankee Dabbler, and I put it towards, this is, it's going to be the, it's going to run with this one. So this is the one I got myself for my birthday. I started adding some foreign roads, I think. And so I got number 2801, I think, added it to run with that. So that was a nice surprise there. So it was a good Father's Day. I did get to talk to my son, FaceTime with him. As you guys, most of you guys know, he's in the Army. He's at Fort Campbell. So I was able to talk to him for about a half an hour or so. So that was nice. And then he'll be coming home first week of July, right before the 4th of July. He's going to be home for a week. So that's kind of cool. Looking forward to that. All right. So enough of that. Let's go play trains a little bit here. So I'm trying to move this camera, see if I can make it do anything special. I'm not making it 6. We got the bridge there. I'm trying to move all this a little closer to little layout over there. I gotta move everything with me. The camera and everything. Camera, computer, all that stuff. Looking at my laundry room. All right, so Joe, it's not really the inaugural run, but let's add that out with my Crooked River stuff. Because there's no lights. There's something else I gotta get. There's some lights for underneath this. Let's kick on some power. All right. Yeah, Randall, those really are nice. I haven't even opened that one and put it on the tracks yet, that Canadian National. I think once I get the other one, I'll pair them up and run them. All right, let's start it up. Then I'm going to kick the sound off. I still got to program the sound value. Just too darn loud. Yeah, let's shut that off. So, what I'm working on is, I think in my last update, I was showing that I wanted to do like a kill switch. So, I got those installed. All right, well, I'll take Joe's hopper off so we don't end up in the ditch. Well, yeah, maybe I should have made that a little bit longer, guys. It's about 3 feet. 2.5, 3 feet maybe. But, so you can kind of see here is the button. So when I push it in, we have power, which means when the gate is closed, we have power, because that pushes the button in and the train rolls. How about that? How about that? Put the button out, which means the gate's open, and then we don't have power. So let's close it down. Now we got power. I did the same thing on the other side of the gate as well. I need to show you both sides, but that's just in. I don't know if I'm going to have trouble here or not. I feel like this is giving me a little bit of issue. That cut. So that is something I've been working on. Got that done. Well, not too bad. I feel like this side's a little high over here. So I don't know if like this drops some or what. I feel like I got a little bit of play in there, so I'm gonna have to mess with that. I don't know if I need to put bigger hinges or something, but and I guess I don't know if you guys actually saw the gate then. You know what I ended up finishing up with it after that night. I mean, the bridges are in, so it's probably hard to see everything down there. But I got them in. Got the graffiti in there. The bridges are actually in permanently there. The trucks are not like glued down or anything like that. I'm gonna probably change those out. They're just for now. I put my See it, I'm trying to get it in the camera. Safety rail in, it's in code 70. I showed in my last video. I got that in. Now, let me stop this thing before it ends up going nowhere. We'll bring it back. All right, let me turn the camera again. Let's watch it since he's coming. Exciting, man. Exciting. Hey, thanks, Ned. Ned. Ned's all the way from the UK, I think. I'm thinking of the right Ned. That's awesome. Good to see you, man. So, all right. So that's that. I got that done. Very happy about that. Again, that's the last thing we need to see. The last thing I want to see is my trains crashing down. Hey, here's our trains crashing down to the ground. That's I will spend money on locomotives, but I don't want to spend unnecessary money. Okay, now this is what I was talking about. This is the I don't know what the river is going to be called, but there's the span. So that's where I need your help at. If you guys have put bridges in like this before. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Not bad, you know. I bought that code 70. I used code 100. I've explained this before. If I didn't already have a crap load of code 100 from the old layout, I probably would have switched to code 83. But you know, I had almost all of the turnouts I needed. I had you know, hundreds of feet of track from the old layout. So now, while I needed to buy more for this one, there was no need. It didn't make any sense. To me, it's not that big of a difference. I mean, I know a lot of guys say it's not as prototypical and all that. Hey, Dave, BNSF, thanks. Good to see you. What that's about. Anyhow, I was trying to thought. That's not hard to do. Yeah, anyhow, I think it looks pretty good with the code 100. That's what I was going with it. Let's try to get it a little closer here. So I need to figure out how. Sorry, I know it's a little bumpy. To like join these here. Now this is like a separate piece. Should I? Because I left this one long, the rails. Because I'm gluing all my own stuff. So it comes with these sections, and you can glue your own rails on. I thought about looking at getting the bridge tracks from Walthers, but I would need, you know, enough to do 2 double track bridges, and I feel like that was going to cost me a fortune for one. So I've just, you know, been using extra rail from old pieces of they're good pieces of flex track, but they're I don't know, just using an old flex track. It's nickel plated or nickel silver, where all that stuff's going. But anyways, what I'm thinking is, I mean, if I glue this as one long section and then glue this down, I won't be able to remove it if I ever need repairs or anything like that. So I'm trying to decide on how to do this, you know, and how to come off the ends. I'm going to go check the chat here in a second. I'm just going to show you what the questions are. Like the ends here, I left this long. Now this will all be backfilled, you know. You know, I'd fill it in with foam and plaster and stuff, and this has to be done up better. These are just blocks of wood to give me the height that I wanted. So I may come and cover that with like earth, or I may use it. Just depends. I'll see. I need to do more weathering on this and painting and stuff on the actual abutments and that. But in the meantime, I'm trying to get things so that they're actually in place. Move this a little closer, so that I can attach that stuff. I just don't know if anybody has any ideas on the best way to do that. Okay, so Steve said, Dave, unless you are going to remove the bridges, I would go over the break for a uniform look. And that's what I was thinking, and I thought maybe I would have less issues too, Steve. Because there wouldn't be like, because I don't know if I could actually do rail joiners with this, so I'm thinking I need to maybe pop these rails off and just make this one long, these bridges I think are 22 or 23 inches each, so I'd have to make one that's like 45, 46 inches long. It would just go all the way from track to track. I think this is supposed to butt up. Sorry, in the middle here. I think it's supposed to come together between them. But here again, that's what I was saying about wallers. They don't really tell you in the directions unless I'm just not reading them correctly, which that's possible. Who's bothering me? Somebody texted me. So yes, I don't know. But I think I like your idea, Steve. I am going to go with it and join them together and make them one long piece. Because I'm probably going to glue these down, or at least like some kind of tacky glue or something with white glue, something like that. So if I did have to remove them, I wouldn't like tear up the plastic, where they sit on there. Do something along those lines, I think would be a good idea. Like this, I'll glue down with glue and all that too. Or maybe use a white glue or something for the bridges. Or I wonder, like, if a hot glue would work. If that would release, how well that would release if you ever had to let it come up, make it come up. I just use white glue and slapped a piece of flex track on my bridge. Yeah. I thought about doing that. But they came with these bridge tracks, I guess you'd call them, these bridge ties. I like the look of them, and so I'm going to go with it. And then I also, but yeah, that I thought about that. And honestly, that's all I did on the other bridge. It's the concrete bridge over the swing gate. Is I put a piece of cork and I put a piece of flex track over top of that, and I just went with it. That's kind of what it looked like in the picture on the box for the Walters Bridge. So I just went with it. Again, whether that's right or wrong, I think it came out fine, and I'm happy with it. Lehigh River subdivision. For some reason, I pictured a river in a marsh under that bridge with reeds growing on the edge. Man, I'll tell you what. I've been looking, I've been thinking, trying to get ideas, and you're not far off, and I'm not saying that won't be kind of what happens. I've debated, now I can do like a massive river. That's a 50-inch wide opening there from here, from side to side. Like I said, the bridges from the abutment to abutment is about, I think these are 22 or 23 inches long. I'll have, either way, say 40, 44, 45, 46 inches, whatever. So I thought, hey, I could do like a heck of one, like big Mississippi looking river, with some kind of like, Earth Island or something in here where, would have basically the river would be solid and come out and come around and that. I've thought about doing just a river down one side, doing some kind of road or state park or something, just over some type of earth, with a street, even another railroad. I don't know if it's tall enough to run a railroad underneath. you know, by the time you add track and work and stuff, it might be tall enough. You know, it'd be tight though. Yeah, maybe not that tight. So I mean, there's always that kind of an option too, you know. But I do kind of like more of the natural between a river and I don't know. I wanted something big and like a statement here, you know. So what we got going on here? JMH that's N scale. How are you? Good to see you in here. Roy else. Yeah. Container man. Dave, at least you can model water in your river. And he just models dry washes. Yeah, but he models a desert. So. I'm, you know, Ohio area, so we have those big lakes that those glaciers carved out up here, so we get some good rivers. So I don't know. We'll see. But I want it to look something different. I do want some type of water, whether it be a river. There's going to be some kind of river for sure. I just don't know if I'm going to have it coming down both sides. One side, the other side be a road with maybe some cabins or something. I could kind of come down off the side, you know, make a little park or something, or maybe some boat ramps into the river. I don't know. That's going to come later. My main thing right now is I want to get this up and running and move on. Once I get over this obstacle, that's kind of the problem is the obstacles. You know, I had the swing gate, so I figured, well, let me tackle that. I want to get that figured out. So I got that in. I didn't go the other direction because there's the peninsula that is not built yet. So what I might do is actually just do a circle all the way around the room until I build the peninsula. Like do like a temporary piece of track to close in that circle when I get to it. So there's that possibility. But once I get this done, let's move on a little bit here. How long have I been on this thing? Half an hour. Okay, good. So we still got a little time to shoot the breeze. I'm thinking is my layout's pretty flat. That's okay. I'm not looking to do mountains and stuff. It wasn't part of my plan. I'm doing kind of like central Ohio, like northwest Ohio. We had more rolling hills, things like that. So my thinking was, if you can see, there's a slight rise from this end to this end. Not quite an inch, roughly an inch, maybe. Whatever the thickness of this is, really. So my plan is to come up off of this end, and I'm going to kind of take this back down level, and the picture, take this line back down level, because eventually when we get up in that area there, past the corner, is going to be, you know, into my CSX yard. Kicking around the idea of making my intermodal yard down here, actually, to be honest. That's that corner and the corner down there is 22 feet. Now, I can't use all 22 feet for the intermodal yard, but I could probably use, I don't know, 17 or 18 of it, maybe 15, good 15 foot of it anyways. You know, same thing with the CSX yard, either way, but I digress. So I'm thinking the inner line is going to have to go into whatever I do there, the yard. And the outer one I'm going to have rise another maybe, I don't know, half an inch or an inch, just to give me some kind of a, you know, rolling hills back there, just something for a little contrast in height. So just for interest, you know. Again, it's not going to be anything huge. I'm not doing like mountains and that. It's going to be more, like I said, rolling hills. And like when I come around there, so that is my longest wall. and that's 22 foot from corner to corner. If I do the intermodal, I could kind of hide. And once that climb gets lower, I can hide in front of it with like, stack containers, even a backdrop with stack containers. Let's see, looks like you said reboot time. Hey, Jim Tedesco. Jim, you're from New Jersey? Maryland. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to watch the chat a little bit. Not much vertical clearance under the bridge for heavy river traffic. What PDR engineer? What do you mean by that? It's too low for a river, or for like rail traffic? What do you mean? Yeah, you're not wrong about the barges in that. That's not a bad idea either. Do some kind of a power plant somewhere on the backdrop or something off the side while we're and then run tugs with some barges down the river. Sparky said he'll be right by him. Yeah, I could do that container, but I'm not going to. No way. If you know what I've been through to get to this point, it don't seem like I did anything over the last month. However, it's been a minute. Let me just tell you. I don't know where this chat's going. Everybody on the phone. This is in a row, Mono Railroad. How are you? One side of the river can be dredged for barge traffic, the other side shallow for marshy. Yeah, I mean, one end is a little bit higher on the right side. I mean, I could drop this down further, but yeah, we're talking about overall here. In my mind, I was thinking more of just a river over like natural terrain, nothing like industrial stuff like that, Oh man, no jokes. That stinks. You didn't wonder. Well, yeah, in my mind, I was thinking more like just nature on this side on this wall. Up on the second level on this wall was going to be the intermodal according to the plan. Now, we all know the best laid plans are, made to change, whatever, however that saying goes. But that's where the intermodal was going to be up top. So this was just going to be like one of the few areas I was going to just strictly do scenery. Excuse me, maybe do some houses along in here somewhere, or neighborhoods, just like some farmland, things like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I was trying to pick out a color that would match this bridge. I'm not really having any luck. This is a spray paint, this bridge. It's I want to say Rust-Oleum. This is probably the closest color I've gotten to it. This is I guess if I put it in a camera, it'd be helpful, would it not? How well you'll be able to see the colors anyways, I don't know. Sometimes I hold the camera until further noise. Jeez. So, a steep drop cliff almost on one side bank that could be a deep side of the river. The other side more gradual could be shallow side, big barges on the deep side. Yeah, you know, and if you look like, I live here in Cleveland, and they got the Cuyahoga River down the middle of the city there. Up in the industrial area, though, the sides of the river are lined, I guess you would say, with steel, the steel break walls, I guess, embankments. But they're like straight up and down. They line the river, I guess, to hold the river, you know, in place so it don't erode and things like that. I mean, that's something I thought about as well. Now, my second level where I do the grain elevators, my plan, if I can make it happen, would be how large blue catfish. My plan would be to is going to be to add some type of a barge grain type ship, something to unload from the river, or from some type of water there. What I'm thinking of modeling is up in the Toledo area. There's, I think it's the Anderson Company. I don't even know if they're open anymore, but they used to have a big grain elevator up there, right on the, I think it's the Maumee River, or it might actually be on the lake itself. Sandusky Bay, one of them things up there. I have to research it more, but my thought was to do that so I can unload some barges into that facility, because that's going to be a big facility for trucks, trains, and hopefully barges or ships. I keep saying barges, but I mean, whatever. So up there, I'm probably going to do some kind of embankment or some kind of a steel wall where the boat will dock, the ship will dock. Good sandbar in the middle with some brown murky water. Like Rose. Split Rock, can you post a link? I think I am already subscribed to him. Like Rose, it's kind of, I think I am. If you are able to find a link, would you post it? Because I'm going to check that out. I do want to use that murky colored water. John, with the, I'm going to say 8x16, 9x16, 8x16 layout. He actually just sent me a bunch of photos of his river scene, because I really, really am inspired by what he did. So if you get a chance to check his channel out, is John in here tonight? I don't know if he's in here or not, but he does some really nice work. Yes, right, John. Loose cable, good. That's an easy, easy, cheap fix here, Sparky. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's a good loose cable, all better now. All right. Again, don't have to spend a couple $100 on a monitor or more. Big G. Hey, nice update there. Yesterday, Father's Day, maybe it was. Gary. He's moving forward. He's got some good things going on. Good to see he's all put back together after the window install. Another good channel to check out. So, like I was saying, I think it's kind of in the picture now. Let me get this out of here. So hopefully I'm not like totally boring you guys tonight. I'm just trying to show you what I've been doing. get some ideas. I do apologize for last month. I kind of abruptly ended it. I just was very frustrated with myself. And then when I did try to read back to chat, I was lost as all get out. And you guys sound like you're having fun, but you sound like you're frustrated with me as well. So I do apologize for that. I think next time I do some kind of a like a live build or a live something or another where I'm not able to watch as close. Maybe I'll see if I can count one of my other buddies here, Wilmer or somebody, to come on as a guest and, kind of ask questions through the chat while I'm working and stuff, just as a live voice on there. So he said that would be fine by me. Wilmer was saying that would be a good idea. Since I'm just really bad at it. I mean, I know it's hard. Everybody has a hard time doing it, but I'm really bad at it, as you saw last month. Anyways, enough of that whining. So there's this color here. Not really a match. Closest I could get was, I think, this one. Because it's not really a green. It's like a bluish green. These are Marquis by Bear colors. I got these at the Orange Box store. Don't get me started on that place. But it's just in general. It's not even just them. These are two green. I pulled a bunch out. This one here doesn't match that, but I like this color. I'm actually thinking about using this color. Man, it's terrible lighting. I'm sorry. This is wasting our time here. For the for my fascia. Nice, like, I don't know. It's a green, but I really like to use this color blue for this blue green here. If I can find it, that's going to be my fascia color. Man, trains fly. Yeah. Little things, I used to know frustration. Well, I always wear. I like to try to put on as good of a show as I can, and I don't always feel like I accomplish that. But I do try. I do enjoy doing this for the most part. A little bit of extra time planning would probably be helpful, but that would take effort, and this shouldn't be effort to do this. This should be just because we're having fun. But yeah, guys, I can't wait to get this bridge in. And in fact, I want to just get it so it's temporarily in. I want to get the abutments and that glued down. Maybe get these all put together and everything. The track work. But I don't know what I should actually. I guess what I'm saying is I need to maybe somehow temporarily install them, because when I get to doing the river or whatever scene I'm going to do here, because I'm going to move on. I'm not going to stop here, take the time to do that scene, because that's going to take some time. And I really don't want to slow down my. Get a picture of the bridge, take it to Home Depot. Yeah, I mean, I do have a couple pictures of the bridge. Maybe I'll take it in a better lighting or something. And you know what I mean? I'm going to take the can of spray paint that I use with me as well. Maybe they can match it off of that color. It's Rust-Oleum. It's Ocean Sage, I think is the name of it. I don't have any in here. It's out in the garage. I was painting. In fact, I was doing some touch-ups on these bridges. I decided to paint the feet. I had them gray, but I decided to paint the feet. The feet blue, or whatever this color is, green blue, instead of gray. I got to do like some rust streaks and all that stuff. That's what I'm hoping the airbrush comes in handy for weathering and all that. So it'll get there. Let's see, we are at 50 minutes. So before I forget, let's see if I can do this right. Before I forget, we have 5 weeks this month. So, let's see here. All right, so as you see at the bottom of the screen, we have the lineup. We have a 5th week. So this month, we're going to have a surprise guest. So that's exciting. I think most of you guys know him. Awesome guy. So let's go ahead. We're going to see if I can make this work. Boy, I'm terrible on this. Next week's special guest host is going to be Kevin Brown from Brownsville Terminal Railroad. He's got a nice N-scale layout there. See if I can do this. Let's see if I can. Screen. Oh boy, here we go, guys. Can you guys see that? Did I actually do it right? Somebody please tell me I did that right. Tent City. James, that's not bad. I thought about making that a Tent City. Oh, yeah. Steve, that would look cool. You know what else I was thinking of doing with a big river? Well, you know, sometimes I'll have like those flood, like for the water levels on there. So, okay, is this sharing? Timber fenders, piers. I mean, you know, kind of jumping. That'd be kind of cool. We have somebody sitting on the edge of the bridge, maybe fishing off the bridge pier. I don't know. There's all kinds of cool stuff scene-wise I could do, you know. Oh, there's a kit. All right, so let me see if I can stop sharing. All right. So good. Check that out next week. We'll have Kevin Brown. So I'm excited for that. Oh, thanks, Wilmer. He put up the link to his channel. If you guys aren't subscribed to him or you don't know Kevin, go check out his channel. If you like what you see, give him some thumbs up and subscribe to him and all that good stuff. I know he doesn't live, I think he lives pretty close to Redbird Tony. I think they've hung out and played trains together, I guess, for lack of a better word. I think there is a movie company that either used to or does use a boy fishing from a bridge. Sparky. These stupid kids with quads riding around in the day, dry riverbed. Which that's another thing too. The whole thing doesn't have to be like this deep river. I could have one side more of like a heavier river, then the other side be like a tributary or something like that, you know, for it. Or, I don't know, like I said, don't have to be one big river. It can be, you know. But the nice thing about it is, you know, bridges don't just span water. They span, you know, all kinds of just terrain. So you don't necessarily have to do just water underneath it. I may just do water. I like originally the idea was to do a big wide river. And I just thought that would look cool as all get out. But containerman is kind of a cool idea, you know, kids riding dirt bikes or quads or just people in Jeeps or camping. I would say fly fishermen, but I think that's more like northwest or west. But yeah, kayaking, canoeing, cabins and docks. And that's something I thought about, you know, something like that. Do a little trailer park down there or something. Or like camper trailers, you know, like I think Walters makes a kit with the old Airstream trailers. So I thought that'd be kind of cool. There is a break wall over here on the east side of Cleveland, not far from where I live. And the electric company here, electric provider, I'm gonna sit back down. Sorry, gotta move everything around. They have a big power plant. Actually, it's closed now thanks to one of our past presidents. Decided that coal wasn't a good thing, so they shut down two plants here in Cleveland, Northeast Ohio. DreamWorks, yeah, that's the one with the boy fishing. Um, but anyways, up on that break wall, people would go and fish straight up on the lake and just off of their property. And there's a marina up there and stuff too. But there would be a guy that had I'm gonna call it a roach coach, but it was better than that. It was like one of those food trucks, and he would go sit up there on the weekends and stuff, and sell sandwiches and what else, whatever else, food. He would sit there and fish and things like that. So that's an idea as well, I guess is what I'm saying. Something along those lines. So that's about what I got. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Sparky, I'm excited to get these Canadians up running. With these trains. Once when I was with Trigoglin and Gooseland last weekend, before last, rail fanning, it was a great time, man. Jerry, did you see us? I don't know if you saw the video I put up. I know we all did. We were waving at you, buddy, and the camera. The visual camera there. Rail fan video camera. Mobile CRE. You gotta make a living somehow. I could have one of those guys. They always have ones in downtown, outside of the courthouse or outside of the city hall in Cleveland. The guy had been there forever. He's got one of those little hot dog carts. Pulls up behind his car. He's there like every day, from what I understand. In the summertime especially, and sells some damn boiled wieners, man. Boiled wieners. But what is that Canadian company that does 3D animals? I just saw somebody. Ice fishing Jerry. I'm not going there. I think it'd be cool to do a winter scene or a winter layout. But if you don't get that right, wow, it's going to look worse than if you don't get normal, like summertime looking stuff right. But if you don't get like the snow looking correctly, I think it would be awful. Sparky, if you figure that one out, I would love to know that, because that'd be kind of neat. I do have some like deer and bears. You have some bears, deer. What else do I have? I have some cows and horses, and they wouldn't be necessarily underneath the bridges. That is an option, though. I could do a little farm underneath there, farmhouse or something. And up on the other side, have like the fields up behind it, up on the ridge or something. There's options. And then you'd have the river there where the animals can friggin' hang out. Kind of like when Sparky had to lay out down in the basement, he had all those cows next to that. It was a pond or a river you had going. There were like 500 cows from China, mad cows. Yep. Next week, Kevin Brown. Dragging a Marshall inside with a river walk. That could work. Okay, Chris Ward. Is that the guy that does the 3D stuff? James? That Sparky was asking about? I think I bought 3D houses from him. 3D something. I thought I bought something from that guy. His name sounds familiar. I just bought a couple 3D houses from a guy. Still looking for a damn leg lamp. It was Wilmer or Jim Tedesco gave me the name and reached out to somebody about it. And I'm damned if I can remember who it is now. It's nice to have some mini prints, woodpeckers are so small. Yeah, but stuff like that is so cool. Because it's the little things that you show off in like your photos and your videos and stuff that Sparky swears all the cows. Well, I wouldn't expect you to get rid of them. I'm sure you're gonna do some kind of farm or something. I was in the process of I never did buy them, but I had that Walters meatpacking plant. I had like old refrigerated cars and stuff because I was gonna model more like the transition era originally when I got back into this with B&O, C&O. Anyway, so it's going to be early diesel, you know, not so much steam. I'm not a huge steam fan. I don't hate me. I like steam. Steam stuff. If your layout, if you're not dead on with everything, they like the jump turnouts, they like the short turnouts. I just didn't feel like dealing with them. I don't like them enough to deal with that. Bad enough dealing with the diesels. Anyways, but I ended up selling that meatpacking plant. Actually came out really nice too. Decided to move on from it. It just didn't fit what I was doing. They wouldn't have a plant like that nowadays. I don't believe. But yeah, like I started to say, Sparky, I'm trying to get more into like, let's say foreign roads, but I mean other than CSX, like especially after going up to Dashler there, Ohio, seeing in the video, we caught all 5 railroads. We caught Norfolk Southern and Fostoria, which is a little south of there. There's a CSX and an NS line there. But obviously we saw CSX because it was a CSX line in Dashler. But we saw CP running up there, BNSF. There was a Union Pacific leading a couple of CSX locomotives on a train. Caught all the 5 big ones anyways. I've never seen like KCS up this way. I've never seen like Ferromex. I don't think they come up this far. I've never seen them anyways. I could be totally wrong. So I'm thinking, let me get into more variety. I just saw something. It's kind of funny. Oh well. All right. Well, oh, wait. Some of those fish that just jump into the boats in the river. Yeah, those are those. How are those things called? Those fish, Steve? It's a type of carp or something from like Japan or some shit. They're made in the Great Lakes. And I like useful information though sometimes. Kind of neat. My wife's grandfather was like that. We called him the font of useless knowledge. He just knew like weird fun facts that, you know, nobody would ever think to know, but it was kind of interesting when you did know it. James, in '99 with the merger, I know CSX split Conrail with Norfolk Southern. I don't know the percentage of them. Who got what percent? but they did split that between those two railroads, I believe. Yeah, there you go, Heath. Got rid of the railroads and then ran them in the ground. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. You're a real artist. Good to see you. I don't know, man. I just saw something. Uh, there's a news story from, was that from Utah, where Union Pacific got a couple hundred locomotives just sitting in storage up there. Companies have bought. I don't know what CSX and then CP and CN. I know CP and CN bought them too. See, Randall, that's my thing too. It's probably see something I like. And I like it, I buy it. Fortunately, all the foreign roads I like show up on their subdivision, so it's a win-win. Okay. Well, I'm trying to stay somewhat prototypical. I mean, technically, I can run some Norfolk Southern. I don't know. I make Anthony from Georgia Sunbelt happy. I don't see him in here tonight. I'll just give him some grief. I'm a CSX fan. I'm not afraid to admit that. I started out originally as a kid. I always liked Baltimore and Ohio. I liked their colors when I was a kid. Just like I liked that that new business train that they just painted up to look like the old Baltimore and Ohio, like the F7s from their or whatever E units, whatever they were that ran their passenger trains. And yeah, I'm just okay on chassis. I like chassis. It's that would be a cool time to model too. I was just telling my wife that if I didn't want to stay pretty much modern, like within the last 5 to 10 years, I would, and I'm sure I'm not 100% there. I mean, I'm sure I have stuff that's older than that, but I would probably do that transition of, I would guess it'd be sometime in the 80s when CSX actually took over. They were starting to get rid of like the chassis scheme, so you have that early CSX paint schemes in the gray and blue and the yellow and Y2 yellow. I don't know if it's Y2 or Y1, whatever they call it. But you still had some chassis colors running around. You still had some that were unpainted for CNO and B&O, Western Maryland. I don't think chassis ever really got all that stuff painted up to be chassis colors before the CSX takeover or whatever it ended up being, where it ended up changing over to actual CSX away from the chassis. I'm no expert on any of this, guys. I just like trains. I don't know all the ins and outs. I don't know how everything operates. I don't know this locomotive compared to that one. Like these are the new ones are like ES 44s, I guess ES 44s, and then the tier 3s, and I got tier 4s, and no, I don't know. One's got this size radiator, one's got this many fans, it's got that many fans. But yeah, chassis system colors were awesome. I think that it would have been cool if CSX would have kept those colors, or at least something more colorful. I liked their early color schemes with the yellow, blue, and gray. I don't hate this dark blue, but sorry, Michigan guys, I'm Ohio State. It's a little more Michigan-y. No, actually, I don't know how you like them because of their colors, CSX, but to me, they're a little more on that Michigan color. But anyways, whatever. So scout trains, I'm going to try to stay a lot with what I can get from scout trains, between them and like Athearn. I've never had any Intermountain. I had a couple Atlas, still a couple Atlas. Athearn Genesis, I have a couple from them. I'm trying to stick with like a couple of main manufacturers, you know what I mean? So that I don't have like all these things to try to program together. Um, they are putting out some Canadian Pacific, probably not until next winter. They're a pre-order, so I pre-ordered 2 of those. I don't know. We'll see. I need to save my money to buy lumber. I started to say I was at Home Depot over the last weekend with Father's Day, and a sheet of plywood, 15, 30 seconds, 4x8 sheet of plywood, good one side, $73 and some change. I said, well, I'm glad that there wasn't $73 when I started building this thing, because this layout would be on hold. Chad Martin, yeah, I was just talking about that. I like that a lot. Your mountain has very weak shells. Yeah, I've never had one. And what about Cato? And I saw Cato. I want to get into Amtrak. I just want to get like a fairly modern Amtrak train. I don't want to break the bank completely, but I saw one that was like, I don't know if it was DC, straight DC or DCC ready. I've never had a Cato. It was a decent price. I ended up not getting it because I don't know enough about them. But how hard are they to convert over to DCC? People call it Chessie. I mean, technically, Chessie's system is CSX. Correct, Steve? The company had never, it's not, the Chessie system is gone. I don't believe. It's just, 3/4 for $100. Shit. It was Chessie Seaboard merger. Yeah, okay. Midsummer. Well, I'm going to wait. And, like I said, I could continue to build. I think around the room is done. Not the second level, of course. I just have the beginnings of I did the one area on the second level. Sorry, I'll make you sick. Up top there. And it's not completely done. But just because when I came up the climb, I wanted to get that. Where I can't get my finger in there. I wanted to get it to come out onto the second level. So it was all up there and it runs smooth. So that's the only area that I have the second level in at this time. I'm not in a huge hurry to do the second level. I have plenty to do down here on the first level. So I didn't worry too much about the peninsula to begin with because so I'm trying to read it, and Buckman has a new charger. They'll go for Amtrak. How well is Bachman, Roy? I bought 2 when I first got back in. I got them at a really good price. I think they're about $40 a piece. They're DCC ready, brand new Bachmans, F7, Baltimore, Ohio's. And I bought those because, again, I was going to try to do that early diesel era, but I kept them. They run good. I just put in some 8-pin Digitrax. I think they were DH123s. Not the 126s, they were 123s because it's been before those. I think they discontinued the 123s. Anyways, they're net sound. They run good. Hey, Peppy, I was talking about you a little bit ago. I'm drinking out of your cup. I get it to turn right. They run good. I like them. And I just don't know. I've never had one with sound or anything like that. I don't know how well they. I gotta watch more from Kevin Brown. I know I've watched his channel. I know I'm subscribed to him. And there's just so many good channels out there. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Go via, go home. You would know. Rapido, another one. I think they do a lot of like passenger stuff and Amtrak and that too. They do tend to be a little pricey, I think. I could be wrong. Of course, hell, it's all pricey now. Scale Trains came into the scene and they were like even the rivet counters were a considerable amount less than like Athearn and stuff, and now they're like right up there with them. There's like no difference. They don't even make half of these things in their operator anymore. So I'm reading Split Rock's comment here. It's just talking a little bit of history of the chassis system, I think. But yeah, they actually, I believe they canceled the orders from the last run of the ES44s in operator because I guess they didn't get enough interest in them. Now they got them up for pre-order again for like delivery next winter or something. So I don't know. I have a couple of the operators. They're not bad. I mean, it's the same basic stuff. Just the board and stuff is different. It's not as yeah, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any Rapido, Chris. I'm sure you could probably, for some reason, I feel like you could comment on those. Some knowledge. Chris saw 3 go and 1 via. All right. Hey, Robert, what's going on, buddy? Robert Sacco. Hope you had a nice Father's Day there, buddy. Yeah, I think so. Wilmer Bachman's come a long way. Like I said, I like the ones I have. I just have those 2. Oh, my friend Justin, who went rail fanning last week with us, Gooseland, he has the 765, the nickel plate. And actually, there's a video on my channel of it running around. And he had some issues with it. I think something with the pistons and, the whole drive, the wheels, outside visual wheel drives, how those things called, for the steam locomotives. They were binding up. So he called Bachman, he sent it back to him. They repaired the thing. I don't think they charged him. If they did, it wasn't much because he didn't buy it new. So they might have charged him a little bit to fix it, but it was great. It ran good here until it didn't, But yeah, they've been around for a long time. Like I said, I don't know much about Cato. I don't know much about Rapido, Intermountain, even like Walther's mainline locomotives or Walther's locomotives. Price-wise, they all seem pretty decent. A lot of those, like Walther's and who's the other one? I think I had some Athearn ready to runs, which are basically blue box, like the next generation blue box. Those are fun to work on. Those are fun to convert, even if they're not DCC ready. Those are all right. But what the heck time is it? I've been in here forever. Oh, an hour and 20 minutes. All right, we got 8:20 almost. All right, guys. So I think we're going to wrap it up and call this a night. I hope I didn't bore the holy mackerel out of you guys. Definitely tune in next week for Kevin Brown. And I'm sure he'll have a good show for us. And then, I don't know. I'm going to probably post although you guys have seen basically what I'm up to, maybe I'll post an actual video on that in there. So I like to try to get to doing like maybe a weekly update. I hate to put stuff up if I haven't done anything. It's just kind of, I'm not in the show, so why bother? But I don't know. I'm here. I'm working on the layout. too much probably. I don't know how far I'm getting, but I'm working on it. Can't wait to figure out what I'm going to do with this river. I think or with this river scene, the span. I'm excited to get that in and get that some ideas going on it. I need to save up to buy all the water products. Hey, thanks, Steve. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys. See, I almost like this better than when I try to do some kind of how-to or something like that. Again, I'm no expert at any of that. And hey, Joe, you're welcome, man. Thank you for the wonderful hopper. That was so awesome of you. I can't wait to get your coffee cup. I'll make sure to drink out of that next month if I get it by then. So I think with Teespring, they're a little slow sometimes getting your stuff there because they have to make it as like you order it, they make it, they ship it. So then we just have a bunch of your cups sitting around in a warehouse. They make it once you get an order for it. But yeah, good night, everybody. It was good to hang out. Time for nachos. Man, Steve, that sounds good. Sounds damn good. I'm kicking around, maybe just going on live one day a week in the morning. Maybe like, I know some guys are already doing like a morning coffee with, whoever. They do a coffee with Dave or something like that on like maybe a Thursday morning. I get up early. I'm up at 6, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning for you guys that are off or retired or, that kind of thing. That'd be an early morning thing. Before I get to doing other things for the day, but I'm kind of kicking that around. We'll see how it goes. I may try it. If you guys like it, I'll keep going. Heath, I don't know, is Vinny doing anything this week? How's Vinny doing? Does anybody know? I thought he was having a procedure or something like that. Split rock. Oh, maybe I'll do that. I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll do it, let's see, this Thursday. We'll see. It'd be like just totally nothing to talk about. Just, hey, what's going on? I'm drinking coffee. This is my plan for the day. What are you doing? What are you up to? Who's doing what? Just simple things like that. Hot chocolate with Dave. That'll work. Hey, you bring tea, hot chocolate, whatever you want. I like that. Coffee, iced tea, summer out. I just sit out on the deck, listen to the birds friggin' chirp, and hang out with you guys. You knuckleheads, I don't know. Nothing fancy. Something to do. Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, let's wrap this up. I keep saying I'm going to. Randall, I enjoyed it too. Hopefully Vinny's doing better. Like I said, I don't know what he had exactly going on, but I think he was having something procedural wise. Hey, Pappy, hey, you're never late, man. Doesn't matter. It's always good to see you. We got to get together again soon. We'll have to figure out what our next days off together will be. I know Justin is switching and bitching live. I like that, though. That's funny. Because that's what it ends up being. Anytime I did any kind of switching video, man. Oh, my God. Crazy Mountain, we'll talk to you, man. So, all right. Check out Kevin next week. Thanks again for stopping in, guys. It was great. I enjoy doing it like this. So have a safe week. Enjoy the rest of your work week. And we'll see you on different shows. I'll try to tune in. We'll see you this week on some of those. And then I'll catch you next week on Track Tuesday with Kevin Brown. All right. Good night, all. Bye for now.